What's up, guys? It's Hayden.
And I'm Emma. Thank you so much for tuning in once again. We'll be continuing our discussion on the brand new Disney Plus series, The Mandalorian, which we have absolutely been loving. Fantastic series so far. Today we're going to be chatting about episode 3, which aired this week. So because we have already kind of touched on the episodes, or the first 2 episodes, which if you missed them, we'll put a link to them in the description below if you want to check those out. But because we are up to episode 3 now, this will probably be a spoiler.
Straight in the spoilers.
Spoiler discussion. So if you haven't seen The Mandalorian yet, jump on it because it is an amazing show so far. We are really loving it.
Oh, it's a fantastic show. Yeah, it's could be creeping into my top 5 shows of all time.
Oh yeah.
It's a big call so early on, but yeah, loving it.
Just can't fault it at all.
Yeah, it is faultless. Like the only issue we have is maybe the runtime, and that's it.
That's it. The episodes are roughly only about half an hour long. And because they pack so much into these episodes, you're engaged straight away and through the whole thing that you just get carried away in it, that it does feel like it's going even faster. So I do wish maybe they were an hour long or something.
Yeah, exactly.
But I do need to correct an error I made in our last video. I made a mistake. I thought it was actually Jon Favreau who directed that first episode. He is, of course, the creator, producer, the big brain behind this amazing series. But it was actually Dave Filoni who directed that first episode. So sorry, Dave, my bad. I think I was just a bit distracted by those beautiful artworks in the credits scene.
I think so. And then you just see, Jon Favreau's name just pop up like all over the place.
Yeah.
I must have done it all.
Yeah.
But no.
So no, that was Dave. And we
Rick Famuyiwa did the second episode, and Deborah Chow directed the third episode. So got to give the directors a lot of credit too, because they're doing an amazing job. Great job. Bringing Jon Favreau's vision to life here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look, this episode carried on all the good elements from the first 2. So the cinematography, the score, the costume design, the art direction, all of that is fantastic once again. The Easter eggs are on point. Again, it's just littered with Easter eggs.
Yeah.
There's a shot where Mando is going to save Baby Yoda, so he's just going up to like that little hideout with the stormtroopers and the Imperials. And in the background, there's a piece of scrap metal leaning up against the wall. And I was like, that's from A New Hope. And you're like, what? Like, how'd you pick up on that?
Like, how are you even seeing that?
And I'm like, it's from A New Hope. It's the trash compactor scene where they get the piece of metal and they prop it up against the walls when it's about to, come in. The walls are about to come in. And we look back on the 2 scenes and I think it is like the same piece of metal. It's like a long cylinder with like these raised textured bits.
It does look like it.
So go back, watch that scene where he's just about to walk up to that hideout, and then go and watch the trash compactor scene, and let me know if you guys think it's the same piece of scrap metal.
Coincidence? I'm not sure. Yeah. I feel like it could have been purposefully done now.
And then you've got that black round droid when he actually goes in and saves Baby Yoda in the lab. There's that black round droid with like the needle sticking out on the side. So we've seen that in A New Hope as well, where Darth Vader goes into Princess Leia's cell when she's captured by the Empire and they're about to interrogate her. So again, just a little callback there. And I think probably the most important one of all is when we see some more flashbacks to Mando's childhood.
Yeah.
And we get a little bit more information on who was attacking his village. And we think it is the droid army that we've seen in the prequel trilogy, because we saw those humanoid battle droids, attacking and killing his fellow Mandalorians and destroying his village.
Yeah.
So, and I did say in the last episode that I think that this is going to be connecting to some of the other movies and to the greater story of Star Wars, and it seems like again they're going that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you could make a Star Wars side story not have it connect to the films in some way, but it is interesting to see those droids, and it'll be very interesting to see how all this plays out. Keen to see what comes. But for the moment, we have just been following Mando on his mission to bring back his bounty which we now know is little baby Yoda. If it is Yoda, still actually
That's what we're all calling him, baby Yoda.
That's what we're calling him. We still didn't find out for sure who this child is yet.
Not too much on his backstory or where he came from or
Just
anything like that.
that he's bloody cute.
And I think we'll find that out towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I reckon they'll milk this for most of the
absolutely.
season. So for the moment, we're still referring to him as Baby Yoda. And yes, so he's gone to claim him and brought him back to claim his payment.
Mm-hmm.
But he was concerned what was going to happen to him, which is very out of character for these bounty hunters. So
he gets questioned on it. He asks it a couple of times and he gets questioned on it. And you really get a sense for, again, that conflict inside of him. You know, his feelings towards little baby Yoda, you know, his morals start coming into it.
Yep.
There's that battle between his bounty hunter code and his moral code. And yeah, that's starting to really come through at this point.
Yeah.
But he still hands over baby Yoda. He grabs his paycheck.
Heads off for his next mission.
Yep. Or, you know, gets the little chips, the little data discs that have like their next bounty on it. But first he actually goes down into the Mandalorian underground, where all the Mandalorians are. And he takes his paycheck. And we also get a little bit more information on the, you know, some more lore of the Mandalorians, how when they cash in their paycheck, they actually get it melted down into more armor. So it's like everything they earn kind of goes back into their armor and their weapons, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not all of it, actually. They do give some to the foundlings.
Yeah.
Which I looked up as actually, you know, part of like the Mandalorian race. They're like a different like kind of section of Mandalorians. I think they're kind of like just the general public. I could be wrong. Those that know their Star Wars lore, please feel free to correct me and comment in the comments below and, you know, let me know. But I think they're kind of like the general public. So he does always donate a little bit of his money to the foundlings. But most of it goes back into his armor and weapons, which it's almost like a video game, like an RPG. You know, you just always upgrading your weapons and your armor, which is really cool. So he gets a nice shiny set of armor. Looks very knightly, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Looks very, very nicely indeed. But the other Mandalorians aren't overly impressed with the fact that it is Imperial steel. Imperial steel?
Imperial money. It's Imperial money.
Currency. So,
Imperial currency.
And essentially, which gets melted down, so he is then wearing it, which in a way, he's kind of wearing Imperial armor then.
Because we get a little bit more backstory on the relationship between the Empire and the Mandalorians. And they blame the Empire for why they're in hiding now. You know, why they're hiding in the underground and why only one of them can go above ground at any one time.
Yeah, that was something interesting that we learned in the episode was, that only one Mandalorian can go up at
So a lot of resentment there to the Empire. So they have a bit of a scuffle. He has a bit of a scuffle with the big one, the big Mandalorian. Holds his own though. He holds his own.
Oh yeah. He's got the moves.
Yeah, he's got the moves. But yeah, so he leaves, you know, with his armor. He goes to just get his next job. He goes to his ship. You think he's about to leave. He's just started up the engine, and then you just see that inner conflict.
Yeah.
You see that inner conflict. Just, you know, he hesitates.
Yeah. Is he gonna go pursue the next bounty, or is he gonna go and save little baby Yoda?
And come on, we all know what he's gonna do. Yeah, he's going to turn off the engine. He's going to go save Baby Yoda.
How could you not save that precious little thing?
So he goes to where the Imperials are. He, you know, creeps in, takes out all the stormtroopers in a range of awesome ways. I think we see kind of, you know, he's pretty much his whole arsenal. You know, his laser blast, his disintegrator, his flamethrower, his grappling hook.
Yep.
The whistling birds, you know, he's surrounded at one point, so he gets the whistling birds out and just takes them all out at once.
They're a cool addition, yeah.
Very cool addition. Then he walks into the lab. The scientist is there, you know, little baby Yoda strapped to this bench, and you don't really know what they're doing to him. There's some talk that they're trying to extract something from little baby Yoda. And there's, you know, some rumors on the internet, you know, that it could be his midichlorians.
His what?
Midichlorians. It was in the prequel trilogy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's little kind of microscopic kind of beings that live inside you, and they kind of talk to you, and they kind of help you kind of channel the Force or something. Right. You know, not a lot of Star Wars fans really liked that whole explanation, but there is kind of rumors that they might be, you know, touching on that again.
Yeah.
the midichlorians, and that's what they're trying to extract from Baby Yoda. But again, just rumors at this point. But yeah, so he goes and frees Baby Yoda. We find out that that scientist might not be so bad. You know, he was trying to save Baby Yoda, and he says if it wasn't for him, he'd be dead already. So Mandalorian doesn't kill him. He leaves, lets him live, and then he takes Baby Yoda, and then he goes to try and get back to his ship.
Yeah.
But everyone gets wind that he's broken the bounty hunter code, so all of their little pingers start going off.
Yeah.
Start flashing red, and we're like, oh shit, something's going to go down.
Now the bounty hunter has a bounty on his head.
Yes. So he's walking down the road. You know, you can see his ship in the background, and then you can just see like all these other bounty hunters just following him.
And he knows.
He knows.
He knows.
There's that shot where his
in for
hand is
it.
just hovering over his gun, hovering over his holster,
Baby Yoda under his
cradling
arm.
Baby Yoda in one arm. And so there's this standoff. So Carl Weathers' character, blocks him off at the entrance. And is essentially like, yeah, you broke the code, dude. You have to pay.
Yeah.
Give us the bounty, otherwise we're gonna kill you and strip you for parts.
And he's just like, how about no?
How about no?
How about no, you crazy Dutch bastard?
So yeah, he starts shooting them. He jumps into this speeder and he threatens the droid to drive. He just holds the gun to the droid.
And we get another awesome droid squeal.
Yeah, when Carl Weathers' character shoots the droid. Yeah, that's always hilarious.
When they do that.
That's another little Easter egg. Is all the sounds.
Yeah.
All the sounds are very reminiscent of the original trilogy. It's almost like they took the sound bites and just reused them.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that was great. So he's holding his own. He's taking them out. He's got his disintegrator gun. Again, another little Easter egg. If you go back to The Empire Strikes Back, where Darth Vader goes to Boba Fett.
No disintegration.
So it must be a Mandalorian thing. They must be
be.
known for their disintegrations.
Yeah.
So again, something else I picked up on, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
So he's holding his own. He's disintegrating guys. He's getting the flamethrower out. But eventually he is kind of surrounded. And you don't know how he's going to get out of it. But then his Mandalorian buddies start flying out with their jetpacks.
Yeah.
And just start opening fire. And
So cool.
Loved it. There was just upping the action.
Yeah.
There was just upping the action. You had like the big one with the machine gun.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yep.
And it just goes to show how much of a pivotal moment that is, because, they've just established that the Mandalorians don't come up above ground. It's only they're in hiding. They only come up one at a time. So for all of them to come up to get, to have his back, that was a pretty big moment.
That was a big thing, and you really got a sense for the loyalty of the Mandalorians.
Yeah,
in that
absolutely.
moment. How tight they are as a race. They've got each other's backs.
Yeah. And of course he manages to get away. So
Yep. Carl Weathers does chase him onto the ship.
Yep.
They have a little kind of, shootout. Mando gets the best of him, of course, but Carl Weathers is still alive. He gets hit, but it hits the money that you see in his kind of pocket. His jacket pocket.
Yeah, and I wondered, did Mando know that he still had that in his pocket? Like, was he purposefully aiming there knowing he wasn't going to... does he not actually want to kill him? Or was it just, a happy coincidence that he hit there and he didn't die?
Interesting thought.
I was kind of like, oh, I wonder if he actually, purposely shot him there knowing he wasn't going to die, or if, I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
Again, maybe his morals coming into play.
But he eventually gets away, flies off.
Yeah.
But the guild is going to be after him now. He's broken the code. You assume he's going to be excommunicated from the guild.
Yeah. So we'll have to see how this all plays out now.
So that's going to be interesting how that plays out. It was funny, though, when he's flying off and the other Mandalorian comes out the window with his jetpack and is just kind of giving him a salute. And I couldn't help but think of this IINet ad that I keep seeing on TV. And look, for those of you not in Australia, there's this ad circling around where there's this guy in a jetpack and he's like out the window of this aeroplane, and he's trying to get the pilot's attention. And it was like a spinning image of that. It was hilarious.
It did look just like, I think we both have been like, oh, this looks familiar.
Yeah. But yeah, really interested to see where this one goes. So we know he's going to be on the run from the guild. We're obviously going to get a little bit more of that relationship between him and little baby Yoda.
Yeah.
So it's really going to be interesting to see where they go from this. As I said, this felt like a final episode of the season. So
Yeah.
it can only get bigger.
It
can
was
only get
quite
better.
a bit of a cliffhanger because now he's like he's on his own. Like, I mean, he's got the Mandalorians apparently are still on his side at
Yes.
least. But
So we'll see if they come back into it and if they've got a bigger part to play.
he's obviously got a massive bounty on his head now.
Oh yeah.
Because, I mean, what we know so far is this baby is a big deal.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of people hunting for it. And now,
They're after
a
him
lot
as
of
well.
people hunting him. So, yeah.
Yeah, really excited for that. And something else interesting that I read up on. Disney has confirmed apparently that Boba Fett didn't die in the Sarlacc pit.
Oh.
So, is Boba Fett going to make an appearance later on in the series? Probably not next episode, but maybe later on. Does he make an appearance? Because it's weird that that's just kind of come out now.
Oh,
And look,
surely
it's a
that's
show about the
hint.
Mandalorians. Like, that would be... It'd kind of be stupid not to try
They'd
and
have to,
bring in
surely.
Boba Fett somehow.
Yeah. I mean, Boba Fett wasn't really a major character
But
in
he was a
Star
crowd
Wars.
favourite.
But yeah, so like, and then to make a series about Mandalorians and then not have him in it,
Yeah, it seems like a
think-
lost opportunity.
I think so.
Yeah.
And if they've just brought that information out,
I'm not sure if they just brought it out. I just read it.
Okay.
I don't know how long it's been out for, but I just read it.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, it would be interesting that that's come out and them to not put him in then.
Absolutely. But yeah, what do you guys think? What are your theories? Do you think Boba Fett's making a comeback? How do you think Mando is going to handle the guild coming after him? How is that relationship with Baby Yoda going to develop? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, slam that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more. As you guys know, we're going to be reviewing every episode of The Mandalorian, one by one, leading up all the way to episode 8, and then we might do like a final wrap up at the end. So, stay tuned for that. Hit the bell for the notifications if you want to be, kept informed. Leave your comments in the comments below, and most importantly, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.